Hey lovely people, welcome back once again to another exciting episode of Stitches Biz Collection. I'm Miss Stitches. In this video, I'm going to share with you how to make this unique and easy handmade beaded bag. Before we start, do well to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button. Let's get started. Materials needed. So you cut your fish line, you make sure it's long enough. You pull it out, then you cut it off, and we are using 0.70 mm. So you make sure you have the ends of the fish line. Then you pick 4 beads, fix on any side of the fish line, being it the right side or the left side. You fix all 4 beads, and then you cross with the 4th bead using the other side of the fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out. Then you have your first ring done. Going on, you still pick 3 beads, fix 1 on each side of the fish line, fix 1 on the left fish line, fix 1 on the right fish line, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You still make sure you have the ends of the fish line, pull it out, and then you have your 3rd ring done. And then you pick 3 beads again, fix 1 on each fish line, you cross with the 3rd bead using both fish lines. You make sure you have the ends, then you pull it out, then you have your 3rd ring done. So with the same method, you are going to continue weaving till you have 15 rings in all with the same method. So we have 14, and with the 15th part on this fish line, you fix 3 beads, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out, and then on this fish line, you still fix 3 beads, cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, and then you fix 2 beads on the left fish line. You cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. You fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, you cross to the 2nd bead using the right fish line, and then you weave on with the same method till the last end. So when you get to the last end on this fish line, you fix 2 beads. And then you cross with the 2nd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out, and then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads again, and then you cross with the 3rd bead using the other side of the fish line. You pull it out, and then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, then you cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line, and then you go through the next bead. So you are going to continue with the same method. You weave till you get to the last end here with the same method, and then you go on and weave 1 more time. So you should have 4 in all. You should have 4 rows in all. So this is what you should have. We have 4 rows in all. That's exactly what you should have. So you count 1, 2, and then you fold that side, and then with the other side you count 1, 2, and then you fold that side as well. So that's what you should have. And then with your fish lines, you pass them through to the 2nd bead here, to the last but 1 bead. You pass all both fish lines through to that bead. So that's what you should have. Then on this fish line, you go through the next bead here, so you should have it this way. And then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads. So you are weaving the base of the bag, and then you cross with the 2nd bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. You fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. You cross to the second bead. Using the right fish line, you pull it out, and then you go through the next bead again. Then fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, and then you cross to the second bead using the right fish line. Then you weave on to the last but 1 bead. So when you get to the last but 1 bead with the right fish line, go through the next 2 beads, and then you pick 1 bead and cross with both fish lines. You pull it out, and then with this fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. You cross with the second bead using the right fish line. Then you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. Then you go through the next bead. So with the same method, you are going to weave till you get to the end of this part. So this is what you should get. Now we are going to pass our excess fish lines through to secure this part. And you have your knit work done after passing the fish line through. So this is the half side of the half side. So we are going to develop the top of the side. So with the new fish line, you skip this bead and go through the next bead here. With your new fish line, you pull it out, and then on this fish line, you fix 3 beads. Then you cross with the 3rd bead using the right fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line. You pull it out. So one side will be longer than the other. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. You cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead again, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line. You cross with the second bead using the right fish line. Then you weave to the last but 1 bead. So when you get to the last end on this fish line, you fix 2 beads. Then with the same fish line, you fix the beads. You go through this bead here. Then you pull it out. Then you pass your fish lines through to this bead here. So you pass it through to the last but 1 bead here. Then you have it this way. Then you are going to weave with the same method till you get to the last but 1 bead. So with this method, we are leaving the last but 1 beads on each side. So you repeat the same method till you get 3 at the top. You get 3 rings at the top. That is what we want. So this is what you should get after you are done. And as you can see, we have 3 at the top. So you pass your excess fish lines through to secure this part. And you have this side also neatly made. So this is one side of the bag, and I made the same offline. Now I'm going to join the sides together to get the body of the bag. So with a new fish line, you go through this bead here, you pull it out. Then on this fish line, you fix 1 bead. Then with the same side of the fish line where you fix the bead, you go through the first bead on the second part of the bag, on the second side of the bag. So you have the bead in the middle. Then you pick 1 bead, you cross with both sides of the fish line. Please make sure you have the ends of the fish line, so one side will be longer than the other. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you pick 1 bead again and cross with both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you cross both sides with 1 bead again, pull it out. Then you weave on with the same method. So as you can see, we have the sides joining up or forming up, and this is exactly what you should get. So I'm going to weave till you get to this end here. So this is what you should get after you are done. This is exactly what you should get. And our fish line is short, so we are going to pass it through to secure this part. And you have it's nicely made. So we're going to develop this side of the bag, the top side of the bag. So with a new fish line, you go through this 2 beads here, this 2 beads, you go through with the fish line, so you have it this way. Then on this fish line, you fix 2 beads, and then you cross with a second bead using the right fish line. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, so one side will be longer than the other. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through this bead. Then you fix 2 beads on the left fish line again, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead, fix 2 beads again on the left fish line, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out, then you weave on with the same method till you get to the last but 1 bead. So when you get to the last but 1 bead, with the right fish line, you go through the next 2 beads here, and then you fix 1 bead and cross with both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through this bead here, and then you fix 2 beads again, cross with the second bead using the right fish line, and then you pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 2 beads on the left fish line again, cross with the second bead using the right fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. So I'm going to continue weaving with the same method till you get to this end here. So this is what you should get after you are done. And then with the same method, I'm going to weave these 2 parts with the same method. So you are leaving this side off. So you leave the cover out, and then you weave the 2 beads here, and then you leave the last one at the end. So this is what you should have after you are done. This is what you should have, and as you can see, we left the last end here and the cover as well. So you are going to pass your fish line through to secure the work, and this is what you should get after you are done. So you can unfold the cover, and then you have it this way, nicely made. So we are going to make a lock for it. So with the new fish line, we have 3 beads at the top. You have 3 beads at the top, so you are using the middle bead. You go through that bead with your new fish line, and then you fix 3 beads, fix 1 on each fish line as we started with. You have it this way. Then you cross to the 3rd bead using both fish lines. Make sure you have the ends of the fish line, you pull it out, and then you fix 3 beads again, fix 1 on each fish line, then you cross to the 3rd bead, you pull it out, then you have a 2nd ring done, and then you do the same for the 3rd part, and then you do a last one for the 4th part. And then this is what you should have. So we should have 4 in all. That is the length I want, or that is okay for me. So I'm going to pass the excess fish line through to make that side firm, because you want it to be very firm. So you pass the fish line through, and this is what you should get. So as you can see, I have a firm now. Then you fold it this way, then you can just attach it. So we are not done yet. We're going to attach a magnetic lock, button or flip, depending on how you call it. So we are going to attach it on this side, so it fits well. So I have a video of how to attach it. I'm going to drop that below so you can watch and follow up. So this is what you should get after you are done attaching it, and it's so beautiful. So you fold the side, and then you just snap it, and you are done. It's locked. So we have this side done now. We have our lock fixed. So we are going to attach this round beaded bag handle to the bag, and I have a video of how to make this handle as well, so I'm going to drop that below so you can watch and know how to make this handle. So I'm going to attach it at the top side, and my fish line is long enough, so I'm going to use the same for it. So we have 5 here, we have 5 in all. I'm going to divide it into 2, leaving 1 in the middle. That is exactly where we are going to fix our handle, which is this part. So we are using these 4 parts here to fix our handle. So on this fish line, you fix 1 bead, and with the same place where you fix the bead, you go through this bead here, you pull it out, so you have it this way. Then you pick 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Please make sure it's very tight. Then with the right fish line, you go through the next bead. With the left fish line, you go through the next bead. Then you fix 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then with the right fish line, you go through this bead here. With the left fish line, you go through this bead. And then you fix 1 bead again and cross it both sides of the fish line. You pull it out. Then this time with the right fish line, you go through the next 2 beads. With the left fish line, you go through the next 2 beads. So both fish lines should come out of this bead here. This is what you should get, and then you pass your excess fish lines through. And we are done with our cute and unique, beautiful handmade beaded bag. So you can make this bag in any color of your choice, and you are good to go. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of my tutorials, don't forget to comment and share as well. Stay safe. See you in my next video. Have a nice day and bye.